Yes, guys, you know what time it is. It's your boy David at the Irish Hotspur, bringing you the last home pre-match pump-up of the season. Of course, as Tottenham take on Burnley today, it was an absolute massive encounter for me. Now the biggest game of the season, even bigger than the North London Derby. But before we do get into it, everybody, make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button if you are new, and feel free to stop us at any point and get in a super chat or two with your thoughts leading up to today's game. And now, of course, everybody, and I'll be hosting this pre-match build-up all the way up until the watch-along starts. And in the watch-along studio today, you have Baz and Rez from Shelfside Spurs. Absolutely killed it last time, so it should be a good watch-along. And they'll be taking you all the way through to the post-match fan show as well. Now, of course, like I said, we are at home. Kickoff is 12 p.m. A nice and early one today. I mean, we've got nothing but the Premier League to thank you for that. So I presume they probably expect a thank you for Spurs fans, so we probably may as well give it to them. Referee is Kevin Friend. Hopefully he becomes a friend of Tottenham today. Gives us all the decisions like we got in the North London Derby. I mean, that would be absolutely unbelievable. In the VAR room, it is Stuart Atwell, guys. So hopefully he can make the right decisions. Of course, Matt Doherty's out. Ollie Skip is out. Jaffa Taganga's out. Sergio Reguilon is out. Added to that injury list is now Christian Romero as well. I'll be honest with you, still don't know what's going on with Kulusevski yet. So we'll wait and see. But, I mean, we are down to the bare bones. I think we're down to, 14 fit senior players now? Outfield senior players. So we are down to the bare bones. Cannot afford any more injuries. For Burnley, James Tarkowski is the big one for them. It's touch and go. Late fitness test, we understand. Not sure if he'll make it. He came off against Aston Villa with a hamstring injury, so that'll be interesting. But there is no Ben Mee, no Jay Rodriguez, no Goodmanson, Ashley Westwood or Vidra, from what I believe as well. Now, look, for me, I think this is absolutely important, this game. It's absolutely of the utmost importance. We've got to win this. There's no point in winning a North London derby if you're not going to back it up today. The win means absolutely nothing. So we have to win this game today. And because a win here puts us 2 points above Arsenal into fourth place. And it's crucial for me that we do lay down a marker before Arsenal head to Newcastle tomorrow night, which should be fun. I mean, hopefully Newcastle can provide all Tottenham fans some Monday night entertainment. Now, look, of course, after the last game against Burnley, Antonio Conte was left questioning his future. So, I mean, hopefully that is not the case today, win or lose, which should be a win. Hopefully Antonio Conte stays committed. For me, I think he'd be secretly wanted to give these a good hiding, because they did kind of show him up with his actions after the last one. So, hopefully we give them a right royal hiding today. And look, this is testament to the job that Conte has done. And this is, for me, the reason why the guy has to be backed. With or without Champions League, regardless, you've got to throw everything at the guy. We've earned 50 points since Antonio Conte's first Premier League game in charge at Tottenham. And it's only been bettered by Man City and Liverpool. We also have 54 goals since Conte has come in. Also, only bettered by City and Liverpool. And the thing is, they haven't bet us this season either. So if anybody has the capabilities of catching Liverpool or City next year, or even getting a result against them in one of the cups, which it's inevitable we're going to have to face one of them, Conte is the guy. Conte is the guy. He has the tactics. He has their number. As you can see over the last few days, he's just winding all the Premier League managers up in anticipation for next season. But with that record there, it speaks for itself. The guy has to be backed this summer regardless. I don't want any excuses. Oh, it's Europa League compared. Do not give a shit. Get the money out and back the guy. Now, look, like I said, we've got the Premier League to thank you for this one. It's less than 72 hours since the North London Derby. I mean, from Thursday to Sunday at noon, it just doesn't make sense for me. I mean, personally, I think it's shambolic, but no in the Premier League. They've done it to us earlier on the season. They wouldn't let us move that Leicester game so we could play the Europa Conference League game and stuff like that. And, allowing Arsenal to postpone the North London Derby and stuff like that. I think the Premier League are probably expecting champagne from Spurs fans. It's absolute ludicrous how they're making us play this one at 12 o'clock on a Sunday. Now, look, I just hope we can replicate the same performance, same sort of energy that we had in the North London Derby. Now, don't get me wrong, it is going to be hard. I mean, we already seen this season. We beat Man City, come off the back of a huge win. We were lackluster against Burnley and got bet 1-0. I hope it's not the same today, where it's a huge performance at the weekend and then we're let down today. We have to follow up today. And these players have to realise these games are just as important as playing the big teams, in my opinion. You've got to be taking the points from these games. So hopefully we can get out there and put in a good performance. And as well, I would love to see the fans make the stadium an absolute fortress. Now, look, granted, you're not really ever going to generate the same atmosphere North London Derby generates. But why can't we make it a noisy, intimidating atmosphere no matter who comes to this stadium? You know, just because no other club does it, it doesn't mean Tottenham Hotspur can't do it. Let's be the trendsetters, just like we were when we were first ones to put the ribbon on the FA Cup. You know, let's get in there and make this an absolute cauldron every single home game. That's what I want to see from now on. In fact, the North London Derby has set the standard for me. Now, look, of course, Romero's a big blow today. And, you know, look, we got away with it in the North London Derby. You know, they got down to 10 men. We weren't really tested. So it'll be interesting to see how Sanchez gets on today when he comes in, because I think we're all thinking it will be Sanchez. But Romero's loss is bigger than just what he offers us defensively. It's also going forward as well. It's the ability to be able to play that long ball. It's the ability to be able to pass out from the back. It's the ability to be able to beat a player when under pressure, which for me, I just don't think Sanchez has that. So it'll be very interesting to see whether we start building up from the left-hand side through the likes of Davies and Sessegnon rather than the right-hand side. Now, look, granted, Sanchez grew into the game in the North London Derby and started playing some passes. But Arsenal were down to 10 men then. When they had 11 men and he was being pressed, he gave away the ball. He couldn't pass it. He's got 2 left feet. So he better step up today. But one thing his inclusion might actually help us with, because if you remember when we went down to the Ben Mee goal, I think it was the 70th or 71st minute, when we lost him after City, Romero was beaten in the air from a set piece. But we also had a warning from set pieces from about 5 minutes before that, from a similar position. Again, Ben Mee back post having a free. And we know how good and how physically dominant Burnley can be from set pieces at both ends. But with Sanchez coming in, that actually might help us today. Emerson is decent enough from set pieces. So hopefully, we're maybe trying to find a silver lining in Sanchez coming in, that, you know, he can definitely help us from set pieces. I believe, to be honest with you. Now, look, you would class this game the same sort of mold as Brighton, as the Brentford struggles, where we did fail to kind of generate any sort of attack or shots and goal. It was the same when we played them. I remember Bentancur going off injured at halftime and having to bring on Harry Winks, and the game ended up open up, being end-to-end. That cannot happen today. We've got to move the ball quickly. And if it does become like where Burnley sit in, which we're not exactly sure to expect from Jackson, because in fairness, he has picked up results under Burnley. They are playing a bit better football, trying to play on the front foot a bit more. But if they do sit in, we've got to move the ball quickly. We've got to move it from side to side with a bit of pace, get the ball out wide, start getting balls into the box, take shots from the edge of the box, mix it up, keep them guessing. And then, of course, everybody, you know, you've got the big one today. Sonny chasing down Mo Salah for the golden boot. 1 goal behind. Now, look, my personal opinion is Son was taken off against Arsenal. 1, because he missed that huge chance. And I believe if he took that, he would have had 2 goals. And that means he would have had every right to stay on the pitch alongside Harry Kane to go for the hat-trick. But I also think Antonio Conte took him off knowing it would wind up Son. A bit like 5D chess. Knowing it would piss off Son. But what he's done by doing that, he's now in Son's head. And I can guarantee you the quickest player out the blocks today will be Sonny. He's got him wound up. He's got him chasing that golden boot. Salah came off yesterday in the game as well, slightly injured. Does he play the last 2 games of the season? Nobody knows. So for me, this is perfect opportunity now for Son to go out and get them goals. And I think you'll see Son react to Conte taking him off. And look, you know, him and Conte, they were hugging at the end. No issues there. But I do think maybe it was a masterstroke by Conte, ensuring that if Kane is a bit flat, that Son will be wound up, ready to go and get them goals for to beat Mo Salah. But look, guys, enough of me rambling on. It is time to start getting on the guests. So who have we got first? We've got Baz. Let's get Baz on, the guy that'll be taking to the watch along. Let's enjoy his walk all the way up to the up to the studio. Baz, what's your thoughts ahead of today's game, my man? You're buzzing for it.
Yeah, I'm buzzing. I still haven't recovered from Thursday night. If in truth, you can still hear it in my voice. So yeah, I'm just on the way into the studio. So obviously doing the watch along with Rez. So yeah, I'm buzzing. I'm absolutely buzzing.
Yeah, look, fair play to you giving up the last home game of the season. Not many people would do that, Baz. So huge respect to you, my man. But come here, if Kulusevski doesn't start today.
Oh, Dave's gone.
Yes, guys, apologize about that. Some technical difficulties, so we do apologize that. Daigle's the only one missing from the back end. So, Daigle, relog yourself in, brother. But look, Barry, I mean, where were we? Actually, it's confirmed, sorry, that Kulusevski has travelled and he has been seen at the stadium. Ali Gold has reported it. So, no need to answer that question. We'll wait and see what happens there. But I mean, Baz, what do you want to see from this Tottenham team? Because it is less than 72 hours since the North London derby, so it'd be hard to replicate some of the performance.
Yeah, we just need to go out there and get the win. Go out there, get it early. You can hear the atmosphere already. Ellie's in the back room, and she's obviously at the ground. We just need to back up what we did on Thursday. Just get the win, 4-0. And just on Kulusevski, there's rumours that he's starting. So, like you said, we'll have to wait and see. But I think David's frozen again. No. No.
Can you still hear me?
I can still hear you, mate.
Yeah, look, fuck it. We'll just keep going as long as you can hear me. That's all that matters, my man. That's all that matters. But How big a blow is Romero today in terms of being able to build up from the back and play out from the back, Baz?
Yeah, mate. Look, I think we've got enough in us to do it. The players for players. So, yeah. Am I worried? Not really. We should have enough. We should have enough.
Yeah, I hope so. I just hope that Sanchez can step up and give us a very good performance today. Baz, do you think the atmosphere would be good today? Especially after back in the North London Derby, because for me, this game is just as important as the North London Derby. If you don't win this, there's no point in winning the North London Derby. So do you
Yeah.
think we'll generate a good atmosphere again today? Hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. There's flags. There's flags on all the seats apparently. So the atmosphere. Obviously, there's no tifo, but there's flags on the seats. So they're going to create that atmosphere like they did in the Champions League semi-final against Ajax. And look, like you said, we went to Man City, beat them, and then we lost to Burnley. So we need to back it up by doing the business today.
No, 100%. And look, my man, what do you think we need to do differently compared to the last time we faced Burnley, where we did create very, very little and ended up going down to Ben Mee's set piece?
I think the difference today is Burnley have got to come out and get a result. They're still in that mix for that relegation battle, so they can't sit back and just like they're on holiday, right? So they've got to come out us, and that suits us. So yeah, it should play into our hands, and especially with those players missing, like you said, even better.
Yeah, I really do hope so. And look, for me, if Tarkowski is out, they're looking like they're going to go with the Irish duo, Long and Collins. For me, I would just put the ball in behind them all day long. Look, I know
Yep.
what they're like. They're not the most mobile of players, so, get Sonny in behind. But speaking of Sonny, Baz, I mean, look, me personally, I think he'll respond to Conte taking him off. I don't think he'll throw his ties out of the pram. Do you see him bagging the goals today to take him top of the Golden Boot?
Yeah, look, I reckon Sonny's going to get a hat trick today and overtake him today. We're going to win. We're going to win 4-0, and Sonny's going to get a hat trick.
Oh man, I really do hope so. That would be nice. But look, Baz, we've got hella people here in the back end, my man. So I'll let you go. I'll let you get.
Yeah. I need to go and get ready in the studio. So we'll see you all later. And boys, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs, and everybody, stay tuned for the watch long. Baz and Rez killed it the last time, and they're going to kill it again. So everybody, stay tuned for the watch long. And everything's freezing up here today. I do not know what's going on, but we're going to keep persisting through anyway. Let's get on the next guest. I believe it is Lewis. No,
hello.
Oh, Lewis. Lewis, how are you keeping,
Hello.
my man? You buzzing for the game?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts heading into today's game, lad?
I really hope it goes well so we can get the 3 points.
Yeah, 100%.
And then obviously Arsenal lose on Monday, and then that'll be a good thing for us. And then we're top 4, which I hope will be good for this.
Yeah.
So I really hope it goes well.
Yeah, so do I. I mean, look, getting into Champions League would be absolutely unbelievable. I want them. I want them Champions League nights back at Tottenham. Do you think Newcastle have a chance against Arsenal? Do you think they're definitely capable of getting a result?
Yeah, of course they are. I mean, hopefully Newcastle can, because obviously Newcastle have been good lately, I think. Yeah, so I really hope Arsenal lose, but yeah.
Yeah, no, so do I, my man. I mean, who are you most looking forward to seeing today? Do you think Son can catch Mo Salah for the Golden Boot? Do you think we'll see an absolute unbelievable performance off him, especially after being unhappy with being taken off in the North London Derby?
Yeah, he was pretty annoyed about that though, but I get what he means where he was really annoyed by that.
Yeah.
So yeah. Obviously he will get the Golden Boot because obviously Kane will assist him with the Kane and Son duo. Kane will assist Son all the time because he wants that Golden Boot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
he
really does. Do you think
Yeah.
Kane can also step up today and maybe bag a couple of goals? I mean, scored 2 from the North London derby. He's been a bit poor in the build up to that. Do you think now he can continue that between now and the end of the season?
I mean, I hope he does. I hope he does score some goals today. So like, yeah, hopefully he will score some goals. He's known for the goal scorer. So yeah, really hope he does score some goals today.
Yes,
That's the only guy I can count on, and son.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And look, Kulusevski, traveling with the squad, so we'll find out what actually lineups are out now. So just bear with me, my man. I'm just going to get them, and we'll find out who's in the starting lineup. We'll go through it together, Lewis.
Yeah, it's fine.
Who you just quickly while you grab them? Who are you expecting
Yes.
to see in the lineup? Same team from Burnley or from North London Derby?
I think Sanchez again.
Yeah.
He's been really good. So I think Sanchez is back in the lineup, and Dyer.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, look, man, I've got the lineup here. I've got the lineups here, so we'll go through it. So Hugo Lloris is in goals. Royal, Sanchez, Dyer, Davies, and Sessegnon form the back line. Bentancur and Højbjerg in midfield. Kane, Son, and Lucas up top. What do you make of that? Lucas coming in for Kulusevski. A bit like what happened at Leicester, because Kulusevski is injured, but he is on the bench. On the bench, we've got Galini, Austin, Roden, White, Weeks, Craig, Kulusevski, Bergwijn, and Scarlett. Do you think Lucas can come in and have a good performance? Because the last time he started against Leicester, he was awful.
Yeah, I reckon he will have a good performance. Lucas does have some pace in him, so
Yeah.
I reckon he can cross it in, and then one of them can get the header on it, and then a goal. But the only thing that I'm worried about is it's either an equaliser and then Winks comes on, then we just lose 2-1, because I don't like Winks that much. He just lets me down sometimes.
You're speaking my language.
But
nah, look, he's not. He's crap. You're dead right,
Yeah.
my man. You're speaking my language, and the fact that you can identify it at such a young age, you will go very far in life, my man. You'll go very far in life. But look, what's your score prediction, buddy?
about 4-0, I hope.
I'm absolutely
I
loving
really
the
hope
optimism.
it's 4-0, so then we can get the 3 points.
You think we'd be able to show that same energy that we showed from the North London Derby? You don't think we might see a bit of fatigue today with it being less than 72 hours?
Yeah. Yeah, obviously it'll be good for them to show the same as the North London derbies. We can put some pressure on there, and then hopefully, we can get the win, and then it'll be good then, won't it? And then
it would be
living life.
Yeah, no, 100%. It'd be absolutely great to get the win. My man, I do not know what's going on. There's a bit of a lag, a bit of delay. I do not know what's going on. But look, brother, give me a big come on, you Spurs.
Come on, Spurs!
That's what I love to see. That's what I love to see. My man, go and enjoy the game. Please do come on next week against Norwich, my man. We'll have a really good conversation.
I will.
Big up, Lewis. Everybody give Lewis a lot of love in the comments. Give him a lot of love in the comments. But look, we keep moving, keep getting the guests on. I believe it is Daigle next. Let's get on Daigle, see what he has to say. Daigle, my man, how are you keeping?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. I hope you're keeping well and everyone in the chat.
Now, go on. How are you keeping, Daigle?
I am keeping well, my mate. It's stupid o'clock in the morning here. I am feeling very good. I'm wearing the lucky shirt so everyone can see. It's on. I hope everyone in the chat is feeling well, and I hope you are too, David, brother.
No, look, I'm absolutely buzzing, Daigle. Absolutely buzzing. I can't wait for this game to start. I just want to get it over and done with, get the 3 points, and hand it off to Arsenal. But Brian, how important is it today we do lay down a marker and a pretty significant one with Arsenal going to Newcastle on Monday, because all of a sudden the psyche of Arsenal, for me, has completely flipped after that defeat in the North London derby.
Do you know what? You look at this. I don't think it needs to be a significant one. A significant one will be great for us if we can. I'll give my score prediction at the end, and I am predicting a significant victory. But for us, I think just getting one more goal than them is all that's needed. You look at our goal difference. They know going into one game, they have to come out and win. And if they even want any chance, if they do drop a point or whatever, and it does come to goal difference, they need to smash a load of goals in. What is it, plus 12 at the moment? That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So just getting the win, just taking care of our own business. I don't care if it's 1-0, 2-1, 3-2, whatever. Just get that W. That's all this is about today.
Yeah. But Brian, do you think there's any fear of maybe seeing a slow start today, especially with it being less than 72 hours after the North London derby? I mean, what's your thoughts of the Premier League making us play at 12 o'clock? For me, I think it should be a crime.
I'm not going to go into what I think of the Premier League doing this, because I'll have my two brothers' channel taken down, and they won't be very happy with me. So I'll keep those to myself. As you can imagine, I'm not happy. But listen, it is what it is. It is what it is, and we'll overcome this hurdle today. We will most definitely overcome this hurdle today. Yeah, the 12 o'clocks are not the best times for us for our fixture, but you know what? It's the final home game of the season. It's always a happy occasion. We've just walloped the filth. We've just kicked 50 shades of crap out of the filth.
Yeah.
Final home game of the season. The boys are going to be pumped up. And you know what? This fixture, if there could have been one fixture we could have played at this time, at home, it would have been this one, because this seems to be a fixture where we literally get a big goal, a big score win. 5-0, 4-0, 4-1s. Ever since Burnley been in the Premier League, the majority of our games at home have been resounding victories, and I think nothing changes today.
Yeah, I really do hope so. I'm a little bit concerned. I've seen off the back of big victories before. You know, like I said, City earlier on this season, you know, and then we ended up playing Burnley, and we were just slow. We were lethargic, didn't create anything. It didn't look like anybody actually wanted to get on the ball and make something happen. They looked tired. And I'm just slightly fearful we might see that again today. And I think Conte is too, because Conte has alluded to the importance of this game and maybe the fans and players getting through it together. But like, Brian, look, how important is it that the fans are at it today as well? Because we can't sit there and be flat ourselves in the stadium, but then accuse the team of being flat. And Conte has called for them, you know, to bring the atmosphere today. Do you think they will?
So first of all, David, I think everyone needs to take their pen and paper out, or mark in their phone the 15th of May 2022, the first time ever where Daigle was super positive and David was wary. That is history in the making. Mark this day down. But yeah, no. Listen, the crowd. We saw how vital and how absolutely. And I'm still going to give them another clap to anyone watching that was there for the North London derby.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, because you know what? Obviously, I watched it at the Scotland Yard, and we had our own atmosphere going, so it's very hard to hear the commentators when you're singing the whole way through. So I kind of flicked back through it yesterday, and I watched like the majority of the game. And my God, the sound from White Hart Lane
Yeah.
was a thing of beauty. It almost brought a tear to my eye. I was getting goosebumps, and it was incredible. And that's what this ground should be. That's what the
Yeah.
white wall of noise should be. Rez, who sits in the West Stand, said even in the West Stand, the so-called stand, the posh stand that doesn't sing like it used to at White Hart Lane, was rocking. Everywhere was rocking, and that stadium has been built for nights like that. Not
Yeah.
just for it to be rocking, but the way the acoustics and everything has been done. Oh, do you like that little move there? Look, woohoo! That's what that stadium has been set up to do. And the fans, listen, is for me, the fans have a duty to do that, but also what gets them to do that is the occasion and the way the team are playing. So the team have a responsibility. It's not just the fans come and that's what happens. They have to play off each other. And going into the last game and knowing that this win will put us back in the top four, heat pressure back on the filth, that place has to be rocking. Has to be rocking.
It has to be. I just want them to continue on the field goal factor. I mean, look, I was buzzing sitting here in my chair. I mean, I felt like I was at the stadium. I seen the reactions from Scotland Yard. I mean, Diego was leading the chants there as well. You know, I just want, and then the noise from the stadium, the atmosphere after the game. I just want us to continue on the feel good vibes, feel good factor, and just get this win. You know, just get it in the bag. But Diego, I mean, look, Kulusevski obviously dropped to the bench. I think it was a bit of food poisoning, just not sharp enough or maybe fit enough to start today's game. What do you want to see from Lucas that he didn't provide us against Leicester? Because he was awful when he started.
So first of all, I'm actually annoyed that it's Lucas. Now, I love Lucas. I love him. But it should have been Bergwijn. I don't know what Bergwijn has had to do. I don't know.
Apparently, he's got attitude
Conte's been
issues, Brian. And Tony,
yeah, but
Andy Gold reported it.
so apparently he's got attitude issues, but he has been saying in training or not in training in interviews, we're happy with him. He's been doing this. He's been doing that. I see him as a striker. I see him as an advanced whatever. And then he has been delivering more than Lucas.
Yeah,
And then when you get this opportunity, and you know what, that very famous saying, "Actions speak louder than words." And Conte's actions are showing. Obviously, it may be that now. I nicknamed Lucas a long time ago, and people that used to watch football back in the early 2000s, late 90s will know exactly what I'm talking about when I say he is the Brazilian Darren Huckabee.
Yeah.
That's what Lucas Moura is. Head down, let's just run and lose position. Now, Lucas can come on and be a match winner, or he can come on and completely lose shape and do what he did against Leicester. Let's hope it's not what he did against Leicester, and even if it is, let's remember when Kulusevski came off the bench against Leicester,
Yeah.
he completely transformed the game. So do you know what? It could be, do you know what? I'm going to keep you on the bench, and then if things aren't going well, you come on, you transform the game, and you've had a bit more time to relax and recover from what you've got, and give you a bit more freshness for Norwich next week. So you look at that bench again when you bring it up. Again, the lack of quality is there to see. So it could be a masterstroke from Conte. It really could be. Would I have loved to have seen Kulusevski start? Of course, we all would have. But if he's not 100% fit and he can only get 35, 40 minutes out of him or 25, would I rather him come on for 25? Would I rather he start for 25 minutes or come on for 25 minutes and change the game if we need it?
Yeah.
Well, it'd be that one. It'd be that one. I'd rather he come on for 25 if need be and then do it as opposed to starting and then coming off after half an hour or so.
Yeah, 100%. Look, I agree, my man. There's people's in the back end saying they can't hear me, Diego. You can hear me fine, can't you?
I can hear you crystal clear, brother.
Perfect. I really don't know what's going on today. There's tech issues left, right, and centre that don't want us to get this out. But look, Diego, look, for me, I agree with you. Look, I would actually prefer Bergwijn to start because he has produced a lot more off the bench. But if he does start or he gets the game time, it goes against everything Conte is trying to instill at the club. Look, the whole reason why the likes of Ndombele, Winks, and Ali, or Lascelles and Ali left is because their attitude was poor. And that's the whole reason why Winks ended up staying here. Purely not on ability, because they all have more ability than Harry Winks, but because his attitude is good. And in order for Conte to be able to create an environment going forward where it's all about winning, where everybody's pulling the same way, a bit like City have, a bit like Liverpool have, where everybody's at it, whether you're in starting or not, everybody comes into work and the bare minimum expected is, the right attitude in your workplace. I mean, a guy working for 300 quid in a factory wouldn't be allowed to come with a piss poor attitude. He'd be brought up for disciplinary. So we can't let Steven Bergwijn, away with that. And for me, that's why, you're only seeing him with minutes, a couple of minutes here and there, because if Antonio Conte gives him leeway and starts starting him, it means that players will see that then, and there's already been a chink in his armor, and then the next guy will expect that he can do it, and the next guy will expect that he can do it. So Conte has to stay consistent, because the minute he breaks that, players will walk all over him and they'll lose a lot of respect. Look, I think Bergwijn's out of here in the summer anyway. I think that's probably another reason why he doesn't start. But look, I just hope Lucas can perform, because if we're being honest, he's been shit since Leicester for me. since the last time not the last game, the game before that against Leicester, where Bergwijn had to come off the bench to rescue. He's been shit since then. So I want to see a massive performance from Stevie B today. But look, Brian, I mean, Sonny, I'm asking everyone. I really want it to happen. I think he deserves it. I think this season he's definitely come out of Kane's shadow, and he's now up there right beside Harry Kane in terms of the way people view him. And look, I think Conte has a huge part to do with that, because Conte has adapted his game this season in large parts in terms of, instead of getting Son to get on the ball and beat players and make something happen, he's using them effectively by getting in behind and trying to feed him where we can.